never rig us out. And our vote must count. So if you are a Nigerian and you believe that you want to change, look, the crisis we are going to face when Asiboju Bola Ahmed Tinubu comes back is going to be times 10. The wahala we are facing with electricity now, they are even planning on increasing electricity. So if you don't go and get your PVC, you are going to be in a very deep hole. And it doesn't matter. APC people are even crying behind their keyboards more than you. Let me tell you the truth. I know people who are in the APC who are even worse than they were when Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I never thought in my life somebody could be as bad as Buhari, could be as worse as Buhari until Bola Ahmed Tinubu came. And I realized that it's an APC thing. Look, no matter, like Daniel Bola said, no matter who you take to APC, they will still flop. Look at the quality of people we had in the PDP before. When Akpabio was the governor of Akwa Ibom, compare him with this Akpabio as the Senate president now. When Wike was the governor of Rivers in PDP, compare him with the Wike you have that is dangling up and down. Look at them. So I think there's a fundamental problem with either the foundation of the party itself and their love for poverty, their love for hunger, their love for suffering. And the worst mistake we'll make as a people is returning Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So their only strategy now is to make us feel as if we are not going to win elections. And as Nigerians, we must make sure that we should tell them that no matter what, we have chances to remove the incumbent. It has been done. We did it with Jonathan. Ghana did their own. So let nobody scare anybody. We are going to remove them and they are going to go. Nothing will happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, comrade, for your wonderful speech that you've used to ginger a lot of people. Thank you, sir. So Duke, did you manage to bring up the individual that you mentioned?
Yeah, but it dropped now.
All right. Okay, that's fine. So, Chives, you raise your hand. Please go ahead, sir.
All right. So the problem in all this thing is, while we are talking coalition, the only person that is building a coalition right now is the same Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he's the one gathering the governors and other politicians, because he knows the opposition can do better if they get serious, and he's moving ahead of them, and they are not showing serious. If you are being serious, these opposition leaders, I support Peter Obi, but it's recently that he started being showing the ginger that we need, and we need it to get higher, because this guy, this Tinubu, is the most defeatable president that we've ever had. The fact that people think he's one almighty politician is because he convinced them to believe that, and many people are making up their minds that he's unbeatable. He's very beatable. Jonathan did mistakes when he was there, and those mistakes were amplified, and Jonathan was kicked out. Amplified, and propaganda followed, and he was kicked out. You don't need this propaganda this time. This is why we are saying the opposition should just come together. If they can come together and not do the same mistake that they were all looking for because of personal interest or whatever, we were able to come to a conclusion and be in the same umbrella for the 2020 election, and we had to split votes 3 ways, which cost Nigerians the election, because Tinubu is very anti-people and everybody can see it. So if the people can be, if there is an opposition that can actually ginger the people of Nigeria, because APC was able to do it and they gingered Nigerians to come and vote PDP out in 2015. The same thing has to be done now. So that is why I'm very, very particular about a Peter Obi or an Atiku being on the ticket, on the ballot, and not both of them in separate parties. It will not help Nigeria anymore. It's going to be a waste of time for everybody. So this man can be defeated if we can all get our houses together. So that's my opinion. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Chad, for your wonderful opinion. All right, let's continue. Let's go back to the topic. I need to know if you still have your PVCs, and have you convinced anybody, people around you, what are they saying? Which state who did you vote for, and who are you going to vote for if there's a coalition? That's what the topic is all about, right? So on that note, I will, Dr. Etuk, I think I got your name right. Good evening.
Good evening, mindset. Can you hear me?
Yes, but if you can speak a little bit louder, that would be better.
Okay.
Dr. Atiku, we are still waiting for you, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix my microphone. So that I can
Do
hear
you want
you.
us to pass the mic to you? Sorry, do you want us to pass the mic to someone else, and as you put everything together, we'll come back to you? Would that work for you?
Yes.
All right,
Thank you.
okay, that's fine. Z, go ahead, please. Good evening. I'm not sure if the person with the Michael Jackson. Z. All right, Z is not responding, so I'm going to remove him or her. Z Money. So let me remove you, so we can have spaces to bring more other people. Prince, do you still have your PVs? I think you spoke about you were on this platform the last time, right, Prince?
Yes, I was in platform and I told you about my uh, candidate that I want to vote for, which was Mr. Peter Obi, and I have my PVC. But I wanted to respond to the issue of coalition and the preferred or a candidate that they can get as a vice from the north. So that's what I wanted to just throw some little light on. So concerning my view on the vice or the rightful candidate from the north, from the look of things, I would say the right person ideally that would have fit for the vice is Atiku. But at the same time, Atiku cannot become vice because he has been running for the presidential position for a long time, and he has been a vice president also. So apart from him, I think maybe the another person that might be vice, if you will agree, might be the likes of Kwankwaso, and which I don't know if you want to deputize Mr. Peter Obi. Then from the south, Peter Obi has run as a presidential candidate single-handedly, and they could see how the kind of vote he has gathered and the followership he has. So such a person now deputizing to any candidate from the north to be vice, I don't think it will really go well. Let's assume he has deputized for vice again and it didn't go well and he's doing it the third time. Probably we'll assume that he's doing same thing. But this one, he has to step up and he did well. So for such a person to step down to go for vice, that is the challenge we are looking at. And also from the calculation, this last chance or this last term is for the South again to complete the 8 years figure, so which is 4 years remaining. So it will look as if allowing a Northerner to take over that 4 years from the South might not balance well. And Mr. Peter Obi might not really want to go for that because according to him, what made him to run for presidency, for presidential election, is the fact that they said it is the turn of the South. And not only that, they say he should go to the southeast. That was why he had to run for that election. If not, he doesn't have any problem deputizing anybody. So since the turn of the South has not expired, so for him to not deputize another person might not go well. However, I'm not him. I can't speak for him, but I'm just giving my own view of how I believe or I perceive things will go out and turn out to be. So I think the fear people are having about APC, Tinubu winning, nobody stand chance of defeating him. Defeating him is not based on his credibility. It's not based on his track record. It's based on them believing that he is in charge of INEC, in charge of all the security agencies, charge of the judiciary, and how porous everything has turned out to be, that no judiciary, legislative arm have power of their own to stand and do anything right. They are all being manipulated or being controlled. And due to how violence has always been in election, yet nothing happens to those people, they are more confident, growing stronger. That is the area people are afraid of, that this person might have a better chance or he can win. Not that he has that capacity of a thorough, free, and fair election, that he can win anybody. So that is all people are just afraid of, that Nigeria is going down the drain, democracy is dying. That's why they are scared that he has the confidence that on that, grab it, smash it, run away with it, is always the norms now. That is the area they are looking at. He might win, not on a competent, free, and fair ground. So how can we have a collective coalition that can go on both ends by balancing them in the way they go and also balancing them in a free and fair way. That is just the only thing I think they need to come together to look at. Or else, I don't think Tinubu is a threat to anybody. It's not a threat to anybody because, to me, he has done nothing. Rather, he has increased the hardship and enriched themselves. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you for your wonderful submission. Now, quick question, and I hope you're going to keep to time and make it very brief, please. It's very important. If Peter will be run on his own, will you still support him, or you want him to be on a coalition?
If he runs on his own, I don't think he will win because of we are operating democracy
No.
and he cannot stand democracy.
No. I ask you, will you still support him? Forget about whether he will win, whether we are running a democracy. You know, I'm doing I'm working on something, right? So these questions are very important. If you don't want to answer the question, just say you don't want to answer it. Let me repeat my question again. If Peter Obi runs on his own, will you still go out to vote for him?
Yes.
If Peter Obi is part of a coalition and then he's not the candidate of the coalition and he's happened to be the vice, will you still go out to vote for him?
Never.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay. On that note, I would pass the mic to Dr. Etuk. Are you free? Are you in a much better position to speak now?
Yes.
Okay. Do you still have your PVC?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Your family.
I'm even looking at it right now.
Thank you very much. So out of interest, if you serve to do so, please. If not, you can just ignore this question. Who did you vote for in the last election?
I voted and campaigned for Peter Obi.
Okay. And if he's in the ballot in 2027, you're still going to vote for him?
Yeah, 100%. I'm currently not in the country. I'll still fly and vote for him.
Okay. You're part of the, what's his name? Elon, not Musk group and Duke of Ife. You guys are on the same group. That's quite interesting. So now, one of the difficult things right now for some people, some individuals that voted for Peter Obi is this issue of coalition. Whether he's going to be part of the coalition, he's not going to be part of the. What is your view on it? Do you think it's the right thing for him to be on the coalition? Do you think he should go on his own separate way? Because he did it before. He got over 66 million votes. What is your view on that?
Well, I'll start by this. I've actually been a follower of Peter Obi for quite a long time. I campaigned for him in 2019 when he was with Atiku, and also this similar thing in 2023. If we are being honest about it, to be frank, I would want him to go into coalition with, because what I'm seeing now in the Nigerian political terrain is that it's not about who is this, it's about you actually winning. So winning is what matters because I've seen the language of what APC are doing. So I don't care what Peter Obi is going to do, but whatever that we as the active citizen can do to get him to power, whether it's by legal means, by politics, by election, whatever means, I just want him to get into power. When he's in power, maybe he can change a lot of things because let us not deceive ourselves. There's nothing like election in Nigeria anymore. The greatest enemy we have right now is not even Tinubu, it's INEC. At the end of the day, we can do all the permutations, we can do all the campaigning and all. Whose INEC is going to announce that day is the winner of the election. So for me, if coalition is going to make us to make sure that we protect the vote and also ensure that we put INEC up their toes, that they don't manipulate or announce anybody, because I see what when people rise to fight, I see what really happened. Everyone was part of. We all saw what happened in Adamawa when APC just woke up and announced that lady as the winner. But the Adamawa people, took to the street and ensured that no, it's not going to happen. So I feel if we have those kind of, people willing to stand up, because honestly, that was the same thing I did in Abuja. We fought APC to stand still. They try everything to manipulate that result, but we said no. You see that 25% you were not getting, but at the end of the day, everything we did was in vain. So for me, coalition matters. If we can, bring, even if I know some obedience will be saying they don't want El-Rufai, I don't mind working with the devil as far as at the end of the day we get the result. So that's my tech mindset.
All right, thank you very much. You said something. You said everything you did was in vain. I don't want you to look at it that way, because if someone like yourself who flew outside Nigeria to come back to Nigeria and voted for Peter Obi, and then stood and make sure that your vote is counted, look at it that you wasted your time. That's not fair on you, right? And I will tell you why. There are other individuals who did the same thing with you. This is why this man, you can still come out and say, I voted for him. That's why he was able to win FCT, which a lot of people felt that it's not possible for him to win FCT. So it was not in vain. I understand that you feel that he wasn't, he's not the president, but don't take what you did to be in vain. You guys did a great job, and I believe with your help and the help of others who believe in him, you can actually push him to go to a greater height. So please, sir, I applaud you for what you did. So what you did is not in vain. Thank you very much, Dr. Etuk. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly, sir. Before you keep.
Yeah, Dr. Etuk. I've actually been following, like, I always come on your space. This was actually the first time I'm speaking. I know the people, even Dr. Etuku that is from Akwa Ibom State with me, the staunch PDP supporter that is always, saying that. I remember when he was saying that we cannot even go far, we won't even get to state, we are all internet warriors and all this. So, but like, maybe I didn't say it right. Let me not put it in vain. We did something. We proved to a lot of people, because I remember then how people used to come and talk to us and say we can't even get two state, we can't even get one state. In fact, PDP will win, Anambra will do this, but at the end of the day, we all prove everyone wrong. That's why till today, someone here on this space said that Peter Obi is the Buhari of the South. Anybody that wants to take power from Tinubu in 2027 should factor Peter Obi in, because that's the only person that can convince a lot of Nigerians to come, not just coming back, I mean resources. I know how much of my money went into politics. For the first time, I could actually contribute money to a politician. It's not easy I don't even care about politics. I've never really cared about it before until Peter Obi entered the race in 2019. So, I know mindset, you are connected to a lot of these guys, but tell them if they're actually serious in kicking APC out, they should all rally around Peter Obi. Thank you.
Sorry, sir. Thank you very much, but I'm not connected to anybody. Please, I don't know why you guys feel that I'm connected. I'm not.
Oh, no, it's because I know you have some, people that you talk to that probably are in the other, political divide and all. I believe they will want to listen, because what you are doing, you are conducting a survey, right? So obviously
Yes.
you will want to tell them this is the outcome of what, you got from people you are like the feelers you are getting from the field. So I believe they will give you a listing here. Everybody understand. Look at it. Today, all the
Sorry,
opposition that.
sorry,
Okay,
sir.
sorry about.
The interesting thing about it is, the survey that I'm doing is for my work, is for myself. So when I finish, I would come up with my findings and everything. But the interesting thing here is, some of these individuals you think I'm closer to, you might be much closer to them, because some of them are listening on the spaces. So I mean, you'll be amazed who's listening to you. Sometimes you speak with people and they were like, okay, who is that person? Who is this person? And I'm thinking, oh, wow, how did you know? So I was listening to them. So most of these leaders are on the spaces listening to you guys, and that's why I keep telling people, for people who think that hosting spaces is just a waste of time, there's a lot of things that a lot of people gain from hosting spaces. So these guys are very close. They're closer than you ever thought, right? But thank you very much, Dr. Etu, for your wonderful contribution. So Duke, there is an individual you said that wanted to speak. Do we have him on this place?
Yes, we have him. He's just here. Deji. He's
All
on
right.
mute.
Okay. Hi, Deji. Are you there? Good evening.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to live where I am. It's quite noisy. I'm good.
All
How are you
right.
doing?
Do you still have your PVC?
Absolutely.
Good.
Very shiny.
Okay, you sure you have not? You're not a part of the individual that fling it away and say I'm not interested in this anymore, right?
Nah. It's properly saved in my vault. That's where I put it.
Out of interest, who was your candidate in 2023?
Peter V.
And do you have friends and family members who voted for him as well?
Yeah. A
Okay,
lot.
those. Okay, thank you. And which states did you guys? If you have to do so, please. If you don't want
Yeah,
to,
I voted in Ibadan. Yeah.
okay, that's all your state, right? So
Yeah.
based on the people that you worked with, and those are from friends and family that you convinced, is there any one of them that you can think of right on top of your head that said, "This in 2027, I'm not interested. I don't want to be part of this." Do you have more people coming in to say, "Guys, we did it in 2023, and we're going to do more in 2027"?
Interesting question. A lot of the people that in particular, like, spoke to about the elections and that eventually voted for PO were never really interested in politics anyway. So they just did what they had to do that last election because of you know me speaking with them. So it's very likely. I mean, they are not politically active like that. So it's very likely that in 2027, I'll have to do that talking all over again. So yeah, that's just how I can put it.
Okay. The next question is, you've listened to a lot of people. I mean, you host spaces, and so you have more information than myself. What are you hearing? Do you think that a lot of people are comfortable to form this coalition? What is your take on it? Do you think it's a good thing for the man that you supported? Do you think he should try again in 2027 by himself because he did it in 2027? I believe there are people who believe that he won that election. What is your take, Deji?
I think the opinions are shifting to a large extent. I feel like a lot more people are sort of coming to terms with that. Even begrudgingly, by the way, some of them are actually reluctant to admit it. Some don't like the idea, but they understand its importance, right? And gradually, a lot more people are sort of shifting ground to sort of accommodate that reality. Um, but I feel like the reason that has been the case is because for some reason, no one really knows where PO stands with respect to even a political party. So the fact that PO himself has not been able to to be stable in his political party, or should I say his party has not been stable, it has made a lot of people disillusioned. The energy, is not really there like that, because by the time you talk now, okay, which party? It go turn story. So that sort of disconnect, or that sense of, say, nothing is moving forward from that angle, is what has then, I at least in my own opinion, has contributed to people sort of feeling like, okay, maybe a coalition might be the way then. But we'll see. It's very interesting question, because even leading up until election, or at least when the primaries will start, people will still be having this conversation, especially if the coalition has also not announced how they intend to form. So people will continue to debate this till then. You understand? Yeah, based on my own perception of things, right? With, like you said, those two spaces, and I feel like a lot more people are sort of coming to terms with that. Obviously, the big major question still remains that who then leads the coalition. And I've said it before. These two politicians, for some reason, they are now at a crossroads. There's a very narrow road that can only contain one person, and both of them need to have that difficult conversation. Maybe, um, ask you mindset to host them on art talk. Two of them should have hard conversations with each other, and decide on the way to go. So yeah.
All right, thank you very much. But it's still okay. Let me ask you another question. If you want to respond, sir, you can. If you choose not to, that's okay. Now, they are at this crossroad, like you said. Now, what happens if Peter Obi is the candidate? Sorry, Peter Obi is not the candidate because he's the one that is supported, and then he happens to be the vice president, and then you have some other person. I mean, in light of Atiku, who's the president. What would that do for you? Do you think is a ticket that you would like to support, knowing fully well that in 2023 you did everything and you brought all these people together to vote for him? What would that do for you, sir?
Yeah, another interesting question. The thing is, okay, just to answer straight before I give any sort of explanation. Yeah, I would definitely still try to push, for people to come out, because at least we now know that it is coalition against Tinubu. It is not uh, Atiku, Obi, whoever against Tinubu. At least we know it's one entity versus the president. Everybody can align. It's fine. Find where you want to stay, but you know that it is either this or that, right? So I think that is very important for the coming election. Um, so yeah, I am most likely going to push for that ticket and support it. Again, even though I may not be entirely um, you know incentivized, because it's an article led ticket, right? Um, Definitely, if it was an Obi led ticket, or more, we go run am. We'll be everywhere. But as far as say is article, we'll still support it. I will still support it, just so that I can get Tinubu out. Like, how low really can we still go? You know, if you want me to try it out, let's try it out. Since we've tried this one, I might as well try the other one and see, right? So yes, I will definitely go with that ticket with my full chest, and I hope that it doesn't backfire though. But yeah, I will.
Thank you very much, Deji, for your wonderful submission. So I can see Z and I can see LP. I'm not sure who's okay. Let's pass the mic to LP the best. Good evening, sir.
Master, good evening. Am I audible?
Is that LP the best? Yes, you are,
Yes.
sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Sorry, before you start, do you have your PVC?
Very.
Okay.
I have it. It's with
Oh,
me.
it's with you, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's with me. Even I didn't even wear on video now.
No,
You
it's
have
okay.
seen
Don't
it.
worry. I take your word. I'm not. I mean, you have no reason to lie to me anyway. So, another question is, which state are you spacing from? If it's safe to say, fine. If it's not, please.
No, I'm in Lagos.
Okay. So, who
I'm from there.
who
Yeah,
was your
I'm in Lagos.
2023? Who was your candidate in 2023?
It was PO.
All right.
PO was my candidate, and I worked for him.
Okay, that's fine.
Equally worked for him.
And looking forward to 2027, right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm looking forward to 2027 based on his decision, whichever decision he makes. If he's going with the coalition, no problem. If he says he's going to run alone, still no problem. I trust his decision.
All right. What about?
I just want to do what my conscience says.
Thank you very much. So sorry, I for interjecting. So do you have friends and family members who voted for him who feel that come 2027 they will not, based on what happened in 2023, they are not interested in voting in 2027? Do you have any such person?
Yeah, actually, when the election of 2023 got after everything that happened in 2023, so many of them were so annoyed, and all the effort we put to convince many of them to vote, they all said they now turn back at me and start saying, "We told you that this system is not working. This system will never work. This is how Nigeria is. This is not Nigeria is." But along the line, as things start going, after the new presidents they were inaugurated and everything, and the way the country turned out to be, they now started picking interest in politics back. So many of them are back now. They are coming back, and this time around many of them are even talking positively. that it's just that the party that PO is, if the party is where he will contest or not. But I keep on selling it. We have obedient movement, we have the website and all those things. So any party he decides to go, we should all follow. And they are in for it. And even more people that even supported that even voted for APC last election, many of them are turning. Many of them are now speaking against it, and they want to even go any decision outside APC. That's what they are going for. So many of them I know. I've been talking to them, and when I interact with them on neutral ground, and their voice change. And besides, I voted for Mahmoud Odofin, so we won our area, not only the polling unit, we won the whole of Mahmoud Odofin. So it's just like a PO base. Mahmoud Odofin local government in Lagos is for PO. It's very difficult for anybody to come there and win that election. So that is just
I
it.
think.
But if the
Sorry, go ahead, sir.
mm,
I do apologize.
but yeah, if the coalition is going to bring him as the presidential candidate, it's full shares we are going to work with him. But the way things are right now, it's not something that, because I keep saying it, that if between him and Atiku, if anybody did not agree on that coalition, that means that person is aiding APC. No matter how we looked at it, the person is aiding APC to win to continue. Is working with APC. This thing have to happen for the sake of Nigeria. If Atiku is going to support him, fine. But if Atiku says he's going to run and one reason or the other, one of them is not running, that person is helping APC to win this election. Bola Tinubu is very beatable and is very, very beatable. So I always keep a positive mind. If we can win Lagos, we can win any other state. With everything they did in Lagos and we still succeeded in winning Lagos, there is no state that they cannot win. It's just determination. I know it's not going to be easy, but we have to still do it. And if any of them is going to go against the coalition, I say it again, that person is working is working for APC. Because that is the only thing that can take this man down massively. So that is just the summation I have.
Thank you very much, LP.
Mm.
LP, the best. I know that a lot of obedient and those that voted for Peter Obi that listen to you still believe that people like yourself are out there who still has what it takes to convince others to come on board and be part of your movement. I mean, you're doing a great job, and I wish you well.
Mm.
And hopefully they will listen to you, and maybe they will form the coalition. But if they choose not to form the coalition, the good thing is that you have made your point, and they, it's left for them to decide. Thank you very much, sir. I start pass the mic. Thank you, sir. Is there any other thing you want to add? Because your mic is still on. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Z, please go ahead.
Yeah, mindset. Well done, oh. You're doing a good job. You hear me?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Michael Jackson. Are you? I thought you finished on Thriller. What are you doing right now?
My brother, we are fighting behind the scene, man. Obedient, I'm telling you, we have put in a lot of effort, in this movement. And I've, hearing what everybody has said, mindset, if you watch how the political calibration is going, okay? If you are a pilot, you have your GPS, you watch the gauge, okay? So you will see that, I'm telling you, not Peter B is good. He's a good guy. He has a good intention for Nigeria. That is on a if you have a system where the INEC is truly independent, the judiciary is truly independent, and the legislature is truly independent, yes, Peter B will win hands down. Okay. So where you have a system where Tinubu is boasting, he has pocketed INEC, he has pocketed judiciary. Look at the legislature, look at what is going on. Somebody will just stand up and say, I suspend you, you go. So he has pocketed them too. Okay, so that is the equation. So Obi, yeah, he can run alone and win on a free and fair system, correct? So now, in a system now, in this situation now, a coalition has to be formed. Okay, because you are fighting a corrupt monster. Okay, so you have to bring up a coalition that is going to bring down Tinubu. That is the only way out. So if you look at the statistics in the election, look at Obi, look at his vote he got, the obedient guy, and look at PDP. Look at it. If they had two of them have, agreed to be one, that means you join the two votes and look at APC. APC will be nowhere to be found. So the more P2B is trying to run alone and not agreeing to coalition, Tinubu, their group, they are happy. So I want all of you to listen clearly, watch what is going on. The more they will be, APC will be very, very happy when they see Obi, oh, running alone. Oh, I don't want to join coalition. No. You have to. In this situation, no, because there are certain situations you have to take certain decisions where the elite, because everybody have seen it. The country is worse. It's like a ship sinking. They are watching it under everybody's eye. Is sinking. So Nigeria is sinking. So I know everybody is like, say, hey, this, but this is the time, this is the right time. If I'm Peter Obi, I'm telling you, Obi, yeah, you're good. You will still go there and perform like you did 2023. But what will happen? The same thing will happen. So you need a machine. You need a coalition machine that is going to stand in between. INEC, when they see the personalities and involved, INEC will not try that rubbish. You understand me? So it will be like fire for fire. Okay, so that is it. If I'm telling you right now, everybody put their life online for P2B in 2023. Come 2027, it might not be the same if that coalition doesn't happen. If I'm P2B, I know you have the ambition to salvage Nigeria. I will tell Obi, please, whatever, don't say, oh, if you are not the president, you are not, if I'm not the president, there's no way. No, it is not how to go about it. Everything is dialogue. Please. Right now, as I'm talking to you now, if Atiku but I know this North and South presidency style stuff, how I wish Atiku will say, okay, everybody lay down your decision and let's support Obi. I'm praying if Atiku can do that, that would be a good stuff. Okay. But I know, everybody with their ego now, because Atiku believes he's aging. And what time does he have on earth to be the president? That's what I'm thinking on his own angle. But if Obi can also say, okay, I still have some years, on earth, okay, if I don't make it this time, maybe next time I'll give it to Atiku. If Atiku say he's really, really head bent, he want to lead the coalition, let them rally around Atiku. Because I believe the North still have the, the influence, okay, to do a lot of things. I believe so. That's in a situation of this, in this situation with Tinubu, I believe a Northerner is the only person that can frighten him. That's my own opinion. That's what I'm thinking about the whole thing. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Z, for your wonderful submission. Please, sir, do you still have your PVC, right?
Man, I have it, man. Sealed.
Okay.
Sealed.
All right. Okay. If it's safe to do so, please, you can go ahead. If not, let us know. Which state are you speaking from?
I'm calling from the United States.
United States. So you came back to vote for Peter Obi. You were back.
Oh my God. I came in mobilized everywhere, the whole country, man. I'm telling you. It was a real sacrifice we did that time, and that was a good one though. It was a good one.
And you're happy to do it again if there's a coalition, right? You're happy to come.
It has to be a coalition. People will be happy. I'm telling you, Tinubu and his APC will be shaking because they know that coalition is the only way out to threaten them. Okay, so please, if Obi and everybody's listening, please, that coalition must happen. I'm telling you, please.
And all right, that's fine. I don't have access to them, so what I can tell you is that I would not be surprised if one or two of them, one of them is not listening to this platform. I will be very, very. I will not be surprised. Maybe it's their spokesperson or their advisors. I know.
If Tinubu is doing well, fine. We'll be like, okay, all right, still give him. Man, look at it's in the next allow Tinubu again. Even to complete this 20 the remaining 2 years, man, safe. Nigeria go die. Even if I say way, you understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Nigeria cannot live again the next day to see Tinubu in power. Because that guy, he cannot even stand before the world leaders. He cannot even stand before the world and make, presentation and even talk, even speak. That is the problem. And now they are saying it. It's not a question of Yoruba. No. I don't care wherever you come from, as far as I'm concerned, to be the president. But that guy is, right from beginning, will be saying it. This guy is incompetent. Look at it. He cannot even, talking about demarketing Nigeria. Who is demarketing Nigeria? Only him alone. Going out and standing in presence of, when they look at him, it's a rubbish. They know that he cannot perform. He cannot do anything. All he does is fly his private jets all over the whole world. That doesn't, and his son and his even arrogant and arrogance and everything. If that guy is doing well, if Tinubu is doing well, fine. Nobody will be talking about all this. That means Nigeria, I'm telling you, Nigeria cannot stand a day with Tinubu. It's a disgrace.
All right.
It's a disgrace.
All right, Z. I can feel your passion and everything.
That coalition must happen.
I know that
the elite must rally around that we're in trouble. Nigeria they have to salvage that country. It's not a matter of running APC, going to APC.
Sir,
Oh my God, it's terrible.
Please, all right. Please hold your thought for a minute. Take a deep breath.
Oh my God.
You want the coalition to happen. It's left for Mr. Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar. You are trying to advise them. You've said a lot of things that you want this to happen because you believe that's the right thing. But myself, I cannot make that decision for them. But this is why I'm doing this survey to find out where people are leaning and everything. But it's very interesting to know that somebody like yourself who lives in America came back, we spend your money, and you have the ability and you're still there enjoying life. Permit me to say enjoying life, but you still have this thing about Nigeria that you want it to work. So if someone like yourself is saying that, guys, it's not all about me. Where I am, there's 24 hours electricity, but I'm doing it for you guys. I want you guys to come together. I think it's a very important point that both of them should listen to someone like yourself and every other person on this platform. But thank you very much for your wonderful submission. I really appreciate you being on the platform.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. As we pass the mic to Jex. Jex I think I got the name right. Good evening, Jex.
Hello, good evening, Mindset.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mindset.
You have your PVC, right?
Yes.
All right. Which state are you speaking from?
From Lagos.
All right. Who was your candidate 2023?
It was Pio.
What's your view in regards to coalition? Do you think he should go and do his thing again, or do you think there has to be a way to come together?
Well, even during 2023, before 2023 election, before Pio left PDP and came over to form the Fox in Labour Party, the three Atiku and Peter Obi being a ballot, even before that election, really, I was skeptical about it because of they make it easy for APC to have their way. So I think where I'm going for is that coalition, because That is the only thing that can take these people out of this that can take APC away.
Thank you very much, Jake. So, it's one thing to say the coalition should happen, and then it's very important that people should come together. But then you voted for Peter Obi. What
Yes.
would be your position if he's not a presidential candidate? Would you still say this is the right thing, or do you think that Atiku Abubakar should support him and PO has to be the candidate? Would that make a difference for you?
For me, I'm rooting for PO, but in a situation that is not there, I would he would definitely have someone that he would push us to go for. So definitely I will still vote, because it was after the elections, after 2023 election, and all had happened. I almost broke my PVC that I will not vote again, but I didn't do that. So after that, I had a lot of um, issues on myself and all that before I got back my sanity. So I think I would go for, I would go for whoever that he push us to vote if he's not in the ballot.
No, okay. I mean, okay. I think you answered the question, but he's in the ballot, but he's not the presidential candidate. So you still go with
I would still go with, even if as a vice to Atiku, or vice to, mainly vice to Atiku. But I can't. I would still vote for him.
We're gonna say something, and I will get that from you. But you say you can't. You want to finish that sentence?
No, what I wanted to say earlier is I wouldn't even vote if he's another person that doesn't that doesn't share the same value with him. But not voting for him, or not voting for against APC, is indirectly voting for them, because your vote will not count. It will be lost.
All right. Thank you very much, Jake. I hope your PVC is still safe. That's one of the most important things, that you keep your PVC. Let me read out what is on my DM. Okay. No, it's not a P2B's platform. If you're an APC supporter, you can come on board and be part of the conversation. It just that, fortunately for the P2B supporters, they are coming up as speakers. So if I see anybody who's not a P2B supporter, like our very good friend here, Mr. Gaba, he supports Muhammadu Buhari, and he voted for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So it's not a P2B platform. If you want to be part of it, please request for the mic, whether you support Kwakwaso or you support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It'll be very nice to hear from you as we continue the conversation. Let's quickly pass the mic to Davis. Davis, please go ahead. Good evening, sir. Davis. Please, am I still audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, let's try once more. If he's not responding, then we can move to someone else. Mr. Davis. Please, sir, if you can hear me, can you kindly unmute your mic and speak?
Yes. I've done that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Hello.
Mr. Davis. Yeah,
Yes, can you hear me, Mindset?
I can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much for the privilege and the opportunity to speak on your space. I think this is the first time I'll be speaking. For some time, I've been given the opportunities, but I think I've not been able to have that opportunity. As for your question, if I have my PVC is intact, and my PVC is ready for 2027. And the other question, for if in 2023, who did I vote for, and also where I'm having this space from. I think in 2023, I supported Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, campaigned for him. Having the space from River State in Port Harcourt here. So we supported Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, campaigned for him in the creeks, in the riverine towns because I'm an German. So we went down to the creeks and we did all we could. Fortunately, in the month of February 2023, close to the election, majority of our Atiku supporters in River State, we were arrested. And so we could not participate in the election. We arrested the FCT minister. Then he ordered for our arrest. We were arrested and we are taken to the Port Harcourt prison. And we are kept there. We could not participate in the presidential election, including the governorship election. So none of the elections we took part in. But nonetheless, we still managed to communicate with our people in our wards and those in our LGAs to make sure they throw in their support for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. So we did all our best. We supported him. Now for the coalition, I think the best way for us to get Nigeria working, the best way for us to get Nigeria back from the Buccaneers is to have a solid coalition. Presently now, the nation is in dire need of restoration because there is deep division, deep hatred, tribalism, bigotry going on every day from the seat of power down to the streets of our nation. We could no longer see ourselves as brothers and sisters again because the government in power enables it. So there is deep hatred, and then we need a coalition to sanitize, to clean the town, the cities, the nation, to heal, to mend fences, to make bridges, because the APC government has really divided us and has caused a lot of pain in the hearts of people. The APC government has really brought in, you can't talk to your friend again. You can't talk to your friend because he's from Igbo, he's from Yoruba, he's from Hausa, he's a Fulani, he's an Ijaw man, all those kind of stupid, useless argument, bigotry, tribalism introduced by this APC government, and it became so worse in this present APC government. And that's why we need a coalition. We need a coalition to really put Nigerians together, to see ourselves as brothers, as sisters, and to get the nation working, for the youth to get back to jobs, for industries to be opened, for people to get jobs. There is poverty in the land. Our economy is failing. The Naira is depreciating. Things are not working. The country is not having that respect anymore internationally. And that's why we need a coalition. And who are these people that will front it? Presently, we have two front runners, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi. These two candidates, these two persons are fine and fantastic leaders that can really get the nation working. They did it before in 2019. I think that ticket was a fantastic ticket. If that ticket will be repeated again, if that ticket will be reintroduced again, then Nigeria will get its feedback. But if we try to bring in sentiment and sectionalism into it, I think there will be a lot of pains. We will still continue in hardship. A lot of people will be calling people for 1,000 naira to eat. And these days, 1,000 naira cannot give you a good meal. A lot of people will be calling people for help because the APC government has really brought in poverty, has really brought in pain in the heart of people. And I think our leaders need to sit down and put these things in proper perspective. And if you will ask, if an Obi or an Atiku should front should front the card, well, I would say if Atiku will want to step down for Obi to front it, then so be it. But I want to say it that for us to get a winning team, for us to get a solid team, I believe and I have this hope that an Atiku in the seat of in that driving seat will actually give us that thing we need, and will be backing him up, standing by his side, leading him around, will help us to get that ticket, that seat. I also want to I do understand the fear of some of our people and some of our friends and brothers, but the argument of a southern turn is a layman, a lazy argument. Goodluck Ebele was a southerner. The same people trying to push in the southern turn, we are the same people that worked against him, introduced so many things, bigotry, wished him dead, did a lot of things, protested and brought in a lot of evil against the man. A southerner who they claim now that is a southern turn. The man lost his election. He went back to his home, and a German is at his own home, living his life. A southerner, he lost his election. Now they have come with, it is a southern turn, a southern turn. Ask yourself, Obasanjo was a southerner. He served 8 years. Okay, let's say this our former vice, Osibanjo. Yes, he was a vice, but he was a southerner. All came from a particular section of a south. What about the other section of the south? Nobody's arguing about that. And I believe, and I so much believe that it is time for us to really understand this game and play it accordingly so we can get a better result. I want to appeal to our brothers here in the south, most especially our Igbo brothers, that it is time for us to look at it properly and key in. Because if we follow the bad wagons of southerner, and you lose out in this, after the 8 years of BAT, it will go to the north. And you are not so sure that the VP spots slot will be given to an Igbo man from the APC in 2031. You are not so sure. Definitely, Akpabio is trying to put himself in there. The man that took us to jail, which is the FCT minister, is also trying to fix him, himself. He's playing his card. So the Igbos now will if it comes and at the end it goes to the north again, that 2031, and they pick somebody from the south, the Igbos will be left out again. Then after it has finished again for another 8 years, it comes to the south. The south southerner will now want to demand for it again. By that time, the Igbos will also try to, claim that it is politics. This is the best time for our Igbo brothers to sit down and make a good calculation. It is politics. We should make a better calculation and align with our brothers up north and get this thing done. Let us start from somewhere, from at least, no matter what, let us start in there. Get this thing done and get these people out of power. These people have totally destroyed our fabrics of unity. Have broken there is poverty in the land.
All right.
There is poverty in the land. Yes,
sorry, Mr. Davis. Can you kindly mute your mic for a minute, sir?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your wonderful submission. I sympathize with you. I didn't know you were part of those individuals that were arrested in Rivers State, but I've listened to you, and I knew I heard about it. I heard that some people were arrested, but I sympathize with you because nobody should go through what some of you went through for only trying to campaign for the man you believed in. And I believe other individuals have listened to you as well. I mean, you have appealed to them. It's left for them to decide. Yes, is a southern thing, it's not a southern thing, but a lot of people would argue that, like you rightly said, if he goes this way, then the Igbos will feel that, maybe if you look at the calculation, it would appear that they might not be able to produce somebody. But then some people would argue that now they have somebody who have tried before in 2023 and have gotten over 6 million votes. And some people will argue that he won that election, that it would be the right thing to at least to support him, right? I want you to see it from that angle as well. Right, it will be right thing to support him and give him that push for him to be able to deliver Nigeria, right? Because politics is all about calculation, right? So if it worked that way, and Atiku Abubakar, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar supports him, do you see yourself supporting that ticket? Do you see yourself going out to?
Oh, fantastic. I will support him. The reason is because I want the seaport in my area, in this Port Harcourt, to be functioning so that young boys, young men, youth here will have jobs. Real jobs, not bricklaying, stone, all this kind of useless, real jobs, so that our brothers from the east will be taking their, will move their containers from Port Harcourt ports here. If he goes to him, I'll support him, because I'm also looking at the economic survival of my area too. So whichever ways it goes, I'll support for anything that will take off this APC government, this cancer, this pain that has been sown in the heart of Nigerians. There is deep bigotry going on, hatred, deep hatred, and we have not experienced this before. But the government, even the spokesman of in this present government, their tweets shows some level of bigotry. The police spokesman too, at times, his tweet shows some kind of, you ought to be number one Nigerian first before you start acting in a bigotry, way. Hatred, deep one going on. So whoever they choose to bring, I will support. If it is Pio, I will go with him. If it is Atiku, definitely, because that's my base, I will go with him.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Can you hold your mic for a minute, sir? Thank you. Because it's very important, we try and balance this thing. He's a credible candidate, and a lot of people still believe that if given the opportunity and given the support, that he should be the right candidate. But thank you for your wonderful submission. As I pass the mic to Oladipo, I'm sure he's still with us here. Oladipo, good evening. How are you doing, sir? Mr. Oladipo, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening, Maestro.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thanks for what you're doing. I've been listening to this space for the past maybe 3 years now. Thanks for everything you're doing. About people, someone I support. I'm supporting Peter Obi, but I'm a PDP member. But I like Peter Obi. I have known him since during my service years, since 2009. Because I serve in Akwa Ibom, I used to visit some of my friends in Oka, so I saw everything he has done. So I'm rooting for him. I voted for him last time, and next time I'm still going to vote for him.
And you're going to vote for him. You still have your PVC, right?
Yeah, I have my PVC. I'm still going to vote for him next time. But if he's not contesting again, I'm going to vote for my party candidate.
Obviously, if both of them are to be in the same, form this coalition that a lot of people are yearning for, you're still going to support that ticket, right?
If both of them, if he becomes vice president or anyone, I'm still going to support him. But I don't believe Alhaji Atiku Abubakar will win 2027 election, because if PDP present him, they're going to betray him. They're going to betray him, and he's going to lose. At the seat now, he don't have much money for campaign, because he used to spend money. He believe in money. And he won't have that money for the election. So they're going to get a lot of betrayal, and he will lose 2027 election.
In that case, then it will be better for him to support Peter Obi. That's what you're saying.
It will be better. Yeah, it will be better for him to support Peter Obi. People that gather money, gather 1 naira, 2 naira to support Peter Obi in 2023, they're still going to do it again. But if they present Atiku Abubakar, people will not spend their money because they know he's rich, but he won't get money to face Tinubu.
All right. Thank you very much. I have another question for you. What
Yeah.
about the people around you, exactly, individuals that you know who voted in 2023, who's feeling that they're not interested in 2027 election? Or have you seen people who say, listen, guys, we tried
Yeah,
it.
people around me, if they present, if Peter Obi come out, they're going to support him because by 2023 I pleaded for them before they voted for him. But now they saw that because most of them, people that talk to them, they said he will get more up to 1 million votes. But now that they see that this guy got 6 million, they see him as a serious person, they're going to vote for him. But if they don't present him, if it's Atiku, they will vote for Atiku because most of my guys are PDP members. I vote in Osun State.
All right. It appears that Peter Obi has a very strong base in Osun State. Quite a number of individuals that I have spoken to, it appears that he has a very strong base in Osun State. Is that what the case is?
Yeah, guys like him, even because we have a lot of Southeastern guys in my town. We have a lot of Southeastern guys. Even when I talk to them, but most of them say they don't vote for him. That was the surprising for me, because most of them they are PDP. They voted for PDP, but my guys, boys that guy, a lot of I gather those ones they voted for Peter Obi. But a lot of guys like him. They like him in Osun.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Oladipo.
But
Go ahead, sir.
But the best thing we expect it from if there is any way for PO to take over PDP. If PDP present PO, you're going to defeat Tinubu. I can bear with anything. But Labour Party, that party, they are not serious. Those ones are not ready for anything. They are just there to make money.
I mean, that's quite interesting because, I mean, somebody in the Labour Party would disagree with you. I mean, they probably would agree with you partially. But then again, if you're saying that Labour Party,
Labour,
sorry,
Labour Party don't. Okay,
sorry, let me land, please. Can you kindly mute your mic?
all right.
You're the PDP person. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable with this, but the truth of the matter is the PDP itself is nowhere to be found because you know what's going on in your party, right? So if you're trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
say that the Labour Party have nowhere to go, I'm paraphrasing now, they would make the same argument that you have someone like Nyesom Wike who is supporting the APC and is still controlling your party. So I think this is where this coalition will come in, whichever way they want to do it. But thinking of Peter B coming to a PDP, I'm not sure. Maybe there's any information you have that I don't have, but I don't know how that will work, right? But so the argument here is you want him, and you really voted for him, and you believe that he has what it takes, and you people around you in Osun State are looking forward to vote for him again, and you believe Atiku Abubakar should support him. That's the most important thing here. But thank you very much, Mr. Oladipo. Is there any other thing you wanted to add?
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to add is about that PDP because like Osun State, we are PDP. But if you have way to work with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, they present him or maybe his coalition or Maja, they got that thing right, PO will win that election. But about Alhaji Atiku, I don't think Adama will win the election because he going to get vote in the north, but the north too, they're going to betray him in the north. Tinubu have the money to spend now. Once they give them money, they're going to forget Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
Okay,
Thank you, mindset.
you're welcome, sir. So you believe
Yeah.
even if Atiku was to come out, the Northerners will betray him. That's quite interesting, and that's your opinion. So, guys, it's been a very interesting conversation. It's actually 12 o'clock now. I think we should wrap it up. We'll continue hopefully tomorrow. My survey, I will continue with it because you guys are amazing. Tell you guys, this work will be very, very difficult for me. But before we round up, I can see three individuals raising their hands. I'm not sure what it's all about. Dr. Etuk, what is it regarding, sir? Because I would like to round up and come back tomorrow again.
All right. Thank you, mindset. Sorry, is that something that maybe I didn't say? When we're talking, I am. I'm actually a PDP member, a card carrying member of PDP. My whole family and child, we are PDP. So I believe there are a lot of other people that are actually PDP that are leaning towards Peter Obi. Then another thing I wanted to talk about is this coalition of a thing. The main coalition actually is the Nigerian people. Fine and good. This big elite politician can play a role, but we should have it at the mindset because I actually grabbed something you were saying. You said most of these politicians, some of them are actually on the space and they're listening. And I want to actually tell Peter Obi should take a cue from Donald Trump. In as much as I don't agree with Donald Trump policies or ideology, but there's one thing that man actually did in America, where I am now, that the way he campaigned. He didn't start campaigning when it was 2024. The man started campaigning from the very day that he stepped away. You know, this man was tuning in on Fox News almost every day, everywhere. In fact, Donald Trump became like a house. There's no way you turn to. Everything is MAGA, 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 MAGA. So I think the best thing that Peter Obi needs to do, and not forget about whatever if coalition is going to happen or it's not going to happen, but Peter Obi should actually be out there, saying, and another thing that actually made Donald Trump to win is that his own message resonates with a lot of people. If you looked at it, the people that gave him the most votes were white. And if you now looked at it very well, it's the uneducated white people that voted for Donald Trump massively in America here. So I feel PO should actually step in now and start talking. Like, in fact, it should be the center of conversation everywhere in Nigeria so that it gets to the villages, because at the end of the day, whether with coalition or with no coalition, the main coalition is the people. I remember the day of election in the US here. If you see the way MAGA people were coming out, at some point, if Democrats actually tried anything on that election, you would have heard about civil unrest in America. So if PO can get his message across to every villages in Nigeria where all the uneducated people, are now saying PO, Peter Obi or nothing, I can tell you, coalition or no coalition is going to win. That's just the thing I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I've um I spoke about this. I don't know how many times I've spoken about it on the platform, and as you know, I know that I know nothing. So whatever I say wouldn't make a difference. Media is very important, and the opposition, in my own opinion, have failed. Both Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, they have failed in understanding what the media, how they can utilize the media. They have not done well in that regard. Tinubu is doing very much better. He's the president, and he still looks like he's the opposition. And hopefully, they will listen to you, someone that voted for them, who's supporting them, to understand how they can play this media game. But thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful submission as we round up quickly. Z, it appears the Americans have taken over, have hijacked the spaces. Z, what is it regarding, sir?
Yeah, mindset. Well done. No, you're doing well. You're trying. You see the whole thing now. Yeah. Like the last speaker and the other speaker before, talking about Maja, how to get mad. Yeah, I think it's very important. The coalition has to happen. So the way they're gonna do it, okay. What are they? I think they have to collapse one party. One party has to collapse for the other. Okay, so Labour, unfortunately, from what I've been reading about Labour Party, that crisis, internal crisis, is not helping matters. Okay, in as much as if you watch the way I'm looking at it, it's like P2B is just a one-man show. Okay, he's just doing his own thing. Okay, irrespective of whoever that is whatever they're talking about Labour Party. But whatever crisis that is happening in Labour Party, if you watch, it's a government. It's Tinubu in people now. Now Tinubu they do those are they put spanner into the stuff. Put confusion. All those people, all of them, they'll be paid. They are they've sponsored them. Now government they sponsor, they put confusion in labor because people feels that if labor comes as solely as one, is a threat. So to me, that whichever way PDP, LP, whatever they can work out with, even Kwakwanso party and all of them, let them come up with a MAGA party, like they said, MAGA. Okay, MAGA. I know somebody's comparing United States, and I know the system. United States is not the same with America and with Nigeria. You know, United States have gone far. They have gone supersonic in terms of their, electoral system. Okay, so you have where you have like mostly two parties in America, and those two parties, if you watch all their members, each member in any party, they don't jump parties like Nigeria. They are like prostitutes who they come today, tomorrow. If you don't see that happen in America, where somebody is in the public.
Sorry. I do apologize, Z. It's actually 5 minutes past 12. I
Okay,
will
so
quickly, please, if you want to round up quickly, sir.
so please, that coalition has to happen. You know, one person has to take the lead, whether Peter Obi or Atiku, whoever, will support that person. Okay, I don't want a situation where Atiku will come up again and Peter Obi will come up like in 2023. That vote is going to split. They're going to split that power. That is going to rattle Tinubu. We don't want that to happen. I want a consolidated vote that will overpower Tinubu. That's it. That's my submission. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Front seats. Is it very important that is it urgent that we have to listen to you? If not, can we leave it and come back again tomorrow? Front seat.
Okay, I'm here. Well, let me see if I can use 30. Will you get 30 seconds? Maybe 20 seconds. Okay, let me be as fast as I
Okay,
can.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I am worried about the coalition. Here is one reason. This coalition, is it just to grab power or is it to solve Nigeria problem? That's one. Won't this coalition dilute what P2B has in mind? Because I think that coalition comes with a whole lot of baggage. If that can be resolved, it will be okay. That is just the point what I'm afraid of about the coalition.
That's a very important question that you asked. Hopefully they will respond to you. Excellency, I saw you raise your hand. Is it urgent or you're happy to wait till tomorrow? All right, I don't think he's here. So, guys, thank you very much to everyone who have contributed to the platform this morning. It's actually morning now. You guys have done very well. And one thing I would say is that your voice has been heard by a lot of people who are listening. Hopefully, they will make something out of it. And, you have your PVCs, you spend your money, you campaign for them. And, you have every right to tell them what you think they are doing wrong. Don't allow anybody tell you that you should not speak because you have one vote. Your one vote counts, right? So continue to promote your candidates, continue to do whatever you can, legally to make sure that if there's going to be any coalition that your candidates understand that there's a need for it. But if there's not going to be any coalition for him or her, to still see need to continue to move Nigeria forward, and then we'll see where we go from there. So on that note,